Have you ever felt that pull, like someone wants you close, but not close enough to make it official? You're there, they text you, they laugh with you, they share moments with you, but when it comes to commitment, they disappear. They stall. They make excuses. And you're left wondering what's wrong with me. I'm about to break it down for you. I'm going to show you the real reasons why some people keep you around without ever fully committing. And if you've been in this position, you'll want to hear every single word, because understanding this is a difference between protecting your heart and wasting your time. Let's break it down. 1. They like the attention, not the responsibility. Some people are drawn to the idea of companionship, not the reality of a relationship. They enjoy your energy, your validation, and the way you make them feel good. But when it comes to real responsibility, sharing life, making decisions, facing challenges, they retreat. It's not always about you. Often, it's about their comfort and convenience. 2. Fear commitment. Fear is a powerful thing. Commitment means accountability, vulnerability, and risk. Some people are terrified of losing freedom, making mistakes, or failing in love. So instead of risking it, they keep the relationship in a safe, undefined zone. If they avoid labels, long-term plans, or serious discussions, fear is usually at play. 3. They want options, not exclusivity. Sometimes, keeping you close without committing is about maintaining choices. They like having someone emotionally invested in them, while keeping their options open. They enjoy the safety net you provide, but they're unwilling to fully invest themselves. This isn't love. It's convenience disguised as affection. 4. They're testing you. It might feel like you're being pulled in multiple directions, and in some cases, that's exactly what's happening. They might be observing how far they can go before you set boundaries. They want to see your loyalty, your patience, your tolerance for uncertainty. This is risky territory, because if you're unaware, you can invest years in someone who isn't fully invested in you. 5. They're not over their past. Some people stay uncommitted because their heart is still entangled elsewhere. Past relationships, lingering feelings, or unfinished business can make them emotionally unavailable. They might enjoy what you offer, but they're not ready or able to fully give themselves to someone new. This doesn't reflect your value. It reflects their unresolved baggage. 6. They enjoy the drama or chase. Some people are addicted to emotional tension. They thrive on uncertainty, the thrill of attention, and the chase. When commitment is on the table, it removes the excitement. If you notice cycles of hot and cold, they may be more in love with the chase than with you. 7. They value comfort over connection. Many keep you around because it's easier than being alone, even if true intimacy scares them. You provide companionship, emotional support, and familiarity. But they're unwilling to dive into deeper connection or take the steps required for long-term commitment. Comfort can feel like love, but it's a trap if it doesn't evolve. 8. They're using you without realizing it. Sometimes it's not intentional. They simply enjoy what you provide emotionally, physically, or socially. They may not even recognize they're keeping you around without commitment. Awareness comes only when patterns become painful, repetitive, or clear. 9. They don't know how to love fully. Some people want love, but they lack the emotional tools to sustain it. Fear, insecurity, and poor emotional intelligence hold them back. They might show glimpses of affection, but true consistency and depth are missing. You can't fix this for them. It's their responsibility to grow. 10. They see you as a backup. It's harsh, but sometimes it's true. If they have multiple romantic options or constantly flirt elsewhere, you might be their emotional backup. They like having someone who is dependable when convenient, but they won't commit fully. Recognizing this early is crucial. Your time and heart are valuable. 11. They're avoiding vulnerability. Vulnerability scares people because it exposes them. Real commitment requires emotional honesty, accountability, and openness. Some avoid this at all costs, keeping the relationship surface level while enjoying the intimacy you provide. You deserve someone who can be fully present, not partially hidden. 12. They prioritize fun over responsibility. They might be great at dates, adventures, and excitement, but when it comes to life responsibilities, they falter. Commitment is work, sacrifice, and partnership. If they shy away from this, they're keeping the relationship casual by choice. 13. You fill a gap, not a future. Many people are kept around because they fill an emotional, social, or physical gap. You might be the person who listens, comforts, or entertains, but they don't see you as part of a long-term plan. They see you as temporary support. 14. They avoid serious conversations. Have you ever tried to discuss the future with them? If they dodge, deflect, or joke around, it's not a coincidence. Avoidance is a clear sign of unwillingness to commit or think long-term. 15. They want the perks without the pressure. Some enjoy love's benefits, companionship, sex, emotional support, without responsibilities. They want the perks, not the growth, effort, or challenges of real love. This keeps them comfortable while keeping you emotionally invested. 16. They're testing their freedom. For some, keeping someone close without commitment is about self-testing. They might wonder, can I really handle a serious relationship? Or, am I ready to give up my independence? This is internal conflict, but it affects you directly. 17. They're unaware of their patterns. Not all uncommitted behavior is intentional. Some people repeat cycles because they've never faced why they avoid commitment. Self-awareness is crucial, but often missing. 18. They don't truly value your time. Time is finite, and how someone treats yours shows intent. If they consistently cancel, delay, or deprioritize you, it signals lack of investment. The one who values you makes time without excuses. 19. You feel like you're chasing them. Chasing is a huge warning sign. Relationships should feel mutual. If you're always pursuing, asking for attention, or negotiating affection, they may not be ready to commit. 20. You deserve clarity, not mystery. Ultimately, you deserve someone who chooses you clearly and consistently. Confusion, mixed signals, and maybe later behavior are signs of misalignment. Love should feel certain, not uncertain. And here's the part most people miss. Understanding why they behave this way doesn't just help you recognize patterns. It also teaches you how to protect your heart, set boundaries, and attract someone ready for commitment. In part 2, we'll break down the hidden psychology behind commitment phobia, reveal how to stop investing in the wrong person, and show the actionable steps to create relationships that actually last. Stay with me, because this insight will save you years of heartache and wasted energy. If you've made it this far, you already know the surface level reasons they keep you close but avoid commitment. But now it's time to go deeper. We're talking about the hidden psychology behind their behavior, why it happens, and what it truly means for you. Most people never see this part. They focus on external signs, the messages, the dates, the excuses, but they miss the patterns beneath the surface. And these patterns are the ones that either protect your heart or cost you years of confusion and frustration. Today, I want you to see it clearly. Let's dive in. 1. Understanding their emotional immaturity. Emotional immaturity is one of the biggest reasons someone won't commit. They might act loving in bursts but avoid deep conversations. They are uncomfortable with vulnerability and often withdraw when closeness is required. This is not about your worth. It's about their ability to handle love responsibly. You see, when someone isn't emotionally mature, love feels like pressure. Commitment feels like a cage, and you end up constantly adjusting to their instability. 2. The fear of losing control. For some, commitment triggers a fear of losing control over their life. They fear being tied down, losing independence, or giving up freedom. Even if they care deeply, the idea of responsibility creates anxiety. This is why you see them oscillate between affection and avoidance. They are subconsciously protecting themselves from vulnerability, not necessarily rejecting you personally. 3. Attachment styles matter. Attachment psychology explains a lot. Someone with an avoidant attachment style will naturally keep partners at arm's length. They may desire intimacy but simultaneously fear it, creating push-pull dynamics. Understanding this can help you stop taking their behavior personally. If you recognize these patterns, it becomes easier to see who is capable of commitment and who isn't ready yet. 4. The illusion of choice. People who keep you around without committing often create an illusion. They make you feel wanted while keeping themselves unaccountable. They allow you hope, but never deliver certainty. This is why you feel confused, anxious, and emotionally drained. They are choosing the convenience of your presence without the responsibility of choice. 5. Why they keep the fantasy alive. Sometimes keeping someone around is about preserving a fantasy. They enjoy the idea of love, intimacy, and admiration without needing to sustain it. You become part of their imagined future, but only in a safe, hypothetical way. This creates an emotional trap. You invest fully, they invest selectively, and the gap grows over time. 6. The role of ego. Ego plays a massive role in non-commitment behavior. They may love the attention, validation, and admiration you give, but committing feels like surrendering ego control. Accepting responsibility or vulnerability threatens their self-image. When ego drives behavior, love becomes transactional. They take what they want and retreat when it's uncomfortable. 7. The subtle art of testing boundaries. Keeping someone close without commitment is often a subtle test. They want to see how much you'll tolerate, how patient you are, how much you'll chase. This can feel flattering at first, but it's actually a red flag. Boundaries exist to protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. If they push against them repeatedly, it's not love. It's manipulation disguised as curiosity. 8. They're avoiding the reality of growth. Growth in a relationship requires effort, patience, and consistency. They may enjoy fun moments, emotional highs, or excitement, but commitment demands more than that. When faced with challenges, responsibility, or long-term planning, they withdraw. You deserve someone willing to grow with you, not just play with a version of you that's convenient. 9. The power of self-reflection in their behavior. Most people who avoid commitment have it reflected deeply on their patterns. They may recognize discomfort in relationships but don't know why. They repeat cycles unconsciously, pulling you in, then pulling away. Your role isn't to fix them. Awareness comes within, and forcing change only leads to frustration. 10. Why it's not about you. Let me say this clearly. It's rarely about your value or your actions. They could be amazing in every way, and yet still not ready for commitment. Your worth is constant. Their readiness fluctuates based on their personal growth, fears, and past experiences. This truth is liberating. Once you see it, you stop internalizing their avoidance as a reflection of your worth. 11. Recognizing emotional investment versus commitment. You might be emotionally invested while they are not. Emotional investment can feel real, late-night talks, shared experiences, intimacy, but it doesn't equal commitment. Commitment is about consistency, accountability, and long-term alignment. The sooner you recognize this distinction, the sooner you can make decisions that honor your heart. 12. How to stop wasting time. Here's the critical part. Time is your most valuable resource. If someone keeps you around but never commits, you must decide if waiting is worth it. Set clear boundaries, recognize patterns, and honor your emotional needs. Time spent chasing someone emotionally unavailable is time lost on someone who could actually choose you fully. 13. The role of communication. Clear, honest communication is a test. Express your needs. Ask direct questions about commitment and observe their reactions. Avoid vague promises or euphemisms. They reveal true intent. If they deflect, joke, or avoid, it's a clear sign that commitment isn't on the table. 14. The danger of hope and rationalization. Humans have a tendency to rationalize behavior we want to see differently. You might excuse delays, broken promises, or mixed signals because you hope it will change. But hope without evidence is a trap. Patterns repeat. Behavior doesn't lie. Recognizing this can prevent heartbreak and wasted energy. 15. Redefining your standards. Being with someone who keeps you close without commitment is an opportunity to refine your standards. What are your non-negotiables? How much uncertainty can you tolerate? What boundaries protect your heart? Clarity in your standards attracts people capable of meeting them. 16. Understanding their timeline versus yours. Some people simply aren't on the same timeline. Their readiness, life goals, or emotional capacity may not match yours. Waiting for someone who isn't aligned creates imbalance, frustration, and resentment. It's better to recognize mismatched timelines early than to compromise your own life trajectory. 17. The importance of self-worth. When someone keeps you around without committing, your response is key. High self-worth allows you to step back, set boundaries, and demand clarity. Low self-worth often leads to chasing, excusing, and settling for less. Your value is not determined by their readiness. It's determined by how you honor yourself. 18. Spotting the subtle signs. Pay attention to patterns that reveal intent. Delayed replies, canceled plans, avoidance of labels, inconsistent behavior, emotional unavailability during serious topics, resistance to future discussions. These are the signals that show commitment is not forthcoming.